Please excuse the mashup nature of this video. I tried to record and upload this 3 different times and never got around to it. So when I would record again, I would forget what I said already and say it all again. But hopefully the double or even triple explanation gives you a good idea of what I did to put this together. I hope you enjoy. Good morning, YouTube. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope that you are staying safe. This is just a quick video about my new pallet potting bench. Let me turn the camera around. So sitting at home watching other YouTubers will get you in trouble. I wanted a potting bench. I looked around, didn't quite see one that I wanted to pay a bunch of money for, meaning I didn't think they were worth it. I saw a couple of videos on building from pallets. I had never built anything before, but I started collecting pallets and I got it done. I did not film this as a tutorial because I just kind of did it as I went along, but I will link to the young lady's video that was mostly the inspiration for this. So let's go back and take a look at it when it was in progress. So this is my new potting bench. Construction is done. Now I just need to paint it. I did not film the assembly. I got the inspiration from another YouTuber who I will link to below. I made a couple of modifications, but this used I'm gonna say almost 5 pallets. That's 1 pallet, 2 pallets, 3 pallets that were cut to fit those areas. There on the middle shelf is pallet wood ripped from that pallet over there. This is pressure treated lumber that I bought at Home Depot, and the top is a piece of pressure treated lumber from Home Depot. So it is rustic, it is matched together, and I love it. It's going to look so great after it is painted. It was super easy too. Basically, all you do is determine how tall you want it to be, cut your pallet to fit. I was able to cut in fairly easy areas using either my circular saw or my reciprocating saw. Oh, also, I forgot about the back. These 2 pieces are 2 2x4s made to support the top, and it was cheap. Let's see, those 2 things were about $6 each. The pallets were all free. That piece of wood up top was actually free because it was a wood scrap, and these here were maybe $4 each, so that's $16.25 plus paint. I think I'm building this for maybe about $60. A lot cheaper than a lot of the custom ones that I've seen online. So some additions after painting will be to add some hooks in various places and some handles and maybe some sort of little decoration. It's going to sit on the other side of my greenhouse, and I am so happy with it. Also, I'm sitting it right next to where my hose reel is, hose reel. So I'll be able to wash vegetables there. I'll just put a little tub for use. I'm not going to cut a hole in the top or anything. I'm just going to sit a portable tub, bucket or whatever for washing vegetables, or just rinse them in my harvest basket and then take them in the house. So stay tuned to see the finished product. Meaning she did it really easy, which was leaving mostly 3 pallets intact, cutting them to size and using other pieces of pallets to complete the project, as well as some other wood. So let me explain what I did. This is 1 pallet. The other side is another pallet. Basically, these pallets were 48 inches wide, 48 inches long, so a square. I cut it to size this way, which led me to cutting off, I think, 3 slats on both sides to create the width that I wanted this way. And then for the height, I basically cut off 1 full part here. Okay, I'll show a picture of what a full pallet looks like so you know what I mean. So that brought it up to about waist high for me in the perfect width that way. Once that was done, I put two 2x4s in the back. They were 6 feet tall when I purchased them. So there's one attached to the back here, same on the other side. Then you basically take your third pallet, which is still a full width pallet, but the top has been cut down, as you can see. So you slide that over the two 2x4s. You can see one 2x4 here and the other 2x4 here. You secure that to the back with screws, wood screws. I used a variety of lengths of wood screws. I bought some 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 2.5 inch, and 3 inch, and switched up the sizes depending on what I was doing. So once that was secure, the structure was done and would stand up on its own. She used a full width pallet here to create a shelf. I didn't really want to do that. I wanted it to be a little different. So what I did was rip apart a pallet and take some pallet wood here to create a lip to sit my shelves on. And then this is pallet wood. You can see where the old screws or old nails were there in the middle. So I cut those to length and set them on top, and then secured them into each support with screws. Okay, now the top here, this is wood from Home Depot. This is not from a pallet. This is good wood from Home Depot. They were cheap, like $4.50 each, I think. And then this is wood from Home Depot. This is what would that be, a 2x6 maybe? I'll have to check. I'll put the specs for everything that I used on the screen, and I will also link it below. But this piece ended up being free because it was a scrap. So someone else had already paid to have a piece of wood cut, and that was a scrap that was left on the cutter. I asked about getting a discount on it, and my discount ended up being free. So at that point, my structure was actually done. But I decided a couple of days ago that I wanted to snazz it up a little bit. So I went to the store. Actually, these came from Walmart. I got these 2 wall shelf supports. They were pretty cheap, maybe $3 each. I secured one to that side and one to that side. Took some more pieces of ripped pallet wood, cut them to length. If I recall, these are 26 inches long, so that they would be exactly the width of the pallet. And I secured them. There's 3 holes in the bracket, so each piece has a hole or a screw on this side and a screw on that side, and I screwed them all in. So that was super easy. Up here right now, these are just S hooks, which is perfectly fine. Just S hooks to hang some of my stuff. I have some other hooks here that I purchased that I may go ahead and put various places up here, but the S hooks work fine because I can move them around. And then I got these plant hangers, also from Walmart, and just screwed those in. On that side, I just have a chime. On this side, there's a little plant. And then the last piece is this towel bar, which you can actually use the S hooks to hang stuff from them, or you can put an actual towel bar over, or actual towel over it. The towel bar came 24 inches, which was too long, so my husband actually used his Dremel to cut 4 inches off the bar so that I can make it fit, and that came from Home Depot. So in terms of cost, pallets all free, that piece of wood free, those pieces of wood pretty cheap, brackets cheap, plant hangers really cheap, towel bar, a wasp. I really despise wasps. The towel bar was actually supposed to be $25, but when I got up to the register and rang it up for 1 cent. I did not ask questions. I paid and I left. I considered it a blessing because someone knew that it was contributing to my cheap project. So if I had to guess how much, 20, let's see, 30, 40, I probably got this whole thing done for about $75 to $90, including the paint. The cans of spray paint actually are bare, supposed to be primer and paint in one, and I was actually really unhappy with the finish and the way it was going. I previously used Rust-Oleum on a different palette project. Let me show you what that is. So here we have Rust-Oleum, much better, thicker coverage, and I only had to do like 2 coats and it was covered. And this is my palette bar, by the way, different video on that one. So here with the bare spray paint, I did like 3 coats and it just refused to do a complete coverage. But I decided, and my husband agrees, that for what it is, the rustic whitewashed look actually works out great. So I decided to leave it as is and pretend that I did it on purpose. So again, I will link to the video below of the young lady's video that started my inspiration. I will add on the additional steps for what I did to add my own little flair, and I will link to the products that I used that you can pick up probably on Amazon or Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's, or even Walmart, where I got my hangers and shelf hooks. I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe, and I promise there is a garden update video coming very soon. I know it's been a while. Have a great day.